Hey there, Cancer. Welcome to reading for the week of July 17th. We're just going to jump right in here, Cancer. You have the artist card, and it says creative endeavors that can help improve your cash flow. Seek out the things that inspire you and help you boost your creativity. You have this retail card. It says start a retail business selling products or services. If you have an idea in mind, you have the green light to go for it. So I would say big green light this week for you here, Cancer, and definitely a very creative week. So if you want to work on creative projects or if you want to start something new, I would definitely get started here. And I would get moving. You start with the Chariot, which is you. You have the Chariot, the Four Cups, and the Tower. I wouldn't worry too much about the Tower yet. Let's see where that's going. But I do feel there's like some sort of victory coming in for you here. It could be after a Tower moment here. You know, I kind of feel like you need to get started on something here as well. You have the Four Cups. The Four Cups is like disappointments. It's a card of contemplation and apathy. It's a card of kind of not making any movements, right? Yeah, and look, we have the Three of Wands right here. Three of Wands is about waiting for the perfect moment when there never will be a perfect moment. So I kind of feel like the universe is saying that if you're wanting to start something, I feel you need to make the commitment. You have this commitment card right here. It's almost as if you could avoid a Tower moment. I do believe we can avoid Tower moments. Now, what I will say is I don't necessarily think that we should avoid all Tower moments because, the Tower is part of the Fool's journey. I don't look at tarot as good or bad. To me, it's number one, it's loose guidance at best. Number two, it's part of his journey. He has, the Fool has to experience Tower moments. We all have to experience Tower moments so we can rebuild things that are weak in the first place. But you have the Chariot. So definitely victory coming in for you, some sort of win. I also see like travel coming up for you in your future. I'm pretty sure I said this to you in your mid-monthly readings. You have the Three of Wands as well. It's like he's looking off into the distance, into the horizon. And so some of you, there clearly is adventure, could just be a vacation or something like that as well. So, that's kind of what I see here. I feel like the Four Cups is a disappointment for some reason. I have the words like, I can't handle a disappointment or I can't handle another disappointment. So the Tower could be something that you're worried about. Like maybe you're worried that you're going to have a Tower moment if something doesn't work out. Like this could be your business, your career, relationship, whatever. But it's almost as if, I feel like this is saying don't create something. Don't create a Tower moment. I really feel that's what this first row is saying. You have the Tower right here. And again, the Tower is about ignoring reality. Sometimes I feel the Tower does give us the push we need, though, to take action on something. And so I do feel you could be getting that push. It is interesting as well that you have the Knight of Swords rushing in like this. This could be a hasty decision. Knight of Swords to the Tower. Knight of Swords, he is rushing. He's making a decision too quickly. He's not thinking things through. So, again, that's kind of contradictory to what I said because I feel like you need to make a decision, but maybe you're just not looking at the right information is what I would say. Again, Three of Wands kind of says you need to get moving. And the Knight of Swords says don't rush. So those are two opposite energies, if that makes sense. It probably doesn't, right? I probably just confuse the crap out of you. But what I would say is, like, I'm wondering if you're overcomplicating something. Like I am right now. Let's clarify and see. Here you go. With the Chariot, no movement. Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles is you playing it too safe, not taking any risks when you have all the information you need to take a risk. The other thing I would say with the Knight of Pentacles is sometimes the best thing to do is just take a tiny little step. Like, don't take some sort of huge risk on whatever this is. It's like you could be wanting to start a business or you could be wanting to make a change in your career, your love life, whatever. And it says like, what's the smallest step you can take? So at least you're getting started, but you're not rushing by just taking a small step and you're kind of just seeing how things go. It's like, can you just, test the waters, right? And that's what I get here. With the Four Cups, you have the Three of Swords. Yeah, you've been hurt in the past, right? It's funny that I said, what did I say? I don't even remember. I think I said, you can't handle another heartbreak or something like that. Whatever I said a minute ago on the Four Cups. I had those words popping into my head, like I can't handle this again or something along those lines. So maybe you need to fully heal from the past, or maybe you need to realize that you're a lot stronger than you realize with the Strength card here. With the Tower, you have the Seven of Swords. Yeah, someone could have been a liar, cheater, stealer for sure. You go all the way to the Devil here. And, the Devil is showing up in the area of the good stuff. So, I would say that he's going to be positive no matter what. Could be like a Capricorn coming in for you or a person without a Capricorn, in their chart or something coming in for you. But I feel like you need to let go of those past fears of, being lied to, cheated on, or something like that. I feel like, in the past you were just dealing with a bad person, right? And maybe that's all you need to know. I would also be careful if a past person is trying to rush back into your life. And, I would avoid that at all costs, especially right now. Next, you have in the area of what you need to hear right now, you have this card that says, it will take a while. Keep a good attitude while waiting. Make a decision when you feel your best. That's the other thing. Make sure you're making a decision from the right state of mind, right? You have this wasting resources. It said not using your resources or not using them efficiently. You have all the tools and resources to advance in life, but you need to use them more effectively. So yes, I feel definitely that some of you might need to use your energy in a better way. This could also, I really feel this in business or work. There could be just better ways of doing things, or, I think there could be little tricks that you could use that would be, that would just be really helpful. It's like, I don't really have any good examples, but I always use example. I was helping someone, I always tell Sagittarius this story, but I was helping someone on YouTube like almost a couple months ago now. And I don't know if they want me to talk about them, so I'm not going to. But but what I will say is that they came to me and they're like, I'm doing everything that everyone else is doing, and my channel's not growing. But when I looked at their channel, they weren't doing like anything that anyone else was doing. And I've said this to this person's face. So again, I'm not offending them by telling them by saying this again, right? But so I had to tell them, like, no, you're not. You are not doing anything that anyone else is doing. So it's like sometimes I think, again, not calling you out or anything like that. I just think sometimes we think we're doing, what is best, and now their channel is growing because they gained an outside perspective, right? And that's where I'm going with this. Your first card is the Hangman in this row. The Hangman is all about gaining a new perspective, and I feel that's what is going on here. You have the Strength card and the Knight of Swords. So if there's an area of your life that isn't moving forward, I feel it would be a great time to ask someone who maybe knows more than you, or to ask someone who's an expert. It could even be someone like your parents, just someone that cares about you, a friend, a family member, whatever. Make sure it's someone you trust. But, I feel it would be a good time for you to do that. And if you can't, if you're doing something that no one knows about, that no one knows anything about, then I would find an expert on YouTube or something like that. I always say there is like a crazy amount of free information. It's crazy that YouTube is free. It blows my mind because it's like YouTube has completely changed my life, and it's like even this channel. It's like I say, when I was stuck for years with this channel, not growing, what did I do? I started watching YouTube experts. I started picking one thing every single day to improve in my videos. It's literally how I grew to where I'm at right now. So it's like for free. It blows my mind. It literally took me, I don't know, like 12 minutes a day, right? Watching a 12-minute video. They all do 12-minute videos, right? So I always tell people, it's like, if you're not doing like one thing a day to improve, then you're going backwards, right? So I would make sure to kind of like find information. The Hangman, his head is glowing. He's gained enlightenment. So I feel like maybe you need some information about what it is that you're doing, and, learning from other people is a great way to do it. You have the Strength card. I feel like you are a lot stronger than you realize right here. It's kind of like one of those things where I feel maybe you feel that you've touched a hot stove. It could be maybe you really got burned in a relationship, or maybe you really got burned at work or something. And it's kind of like, I feel some of you want love, or, if this was like a job loss or something that hurt your ego in work or something like that. It's like you want to do it again, but I also feel like you're still worried, with this Five of Cups. The Five of Cups is a card of regrets, and it can also kind of represent guilt or shame. And so maybe you feel shameful, maybe something happened at work that didn't work out and you're kind of like ashamed or whatever. And so number one, be kind to yourself. Number two, I feel that this is saying you're a lot stronger than you realize. Next, you have the Knight of Swords. Again, I would be careful of a past person. We have Venus going retrograde next week, the week of whatever that week is. I don't know, but it's on the 22nd that it goes retrograde. And so I would just be careful of, past people at this time. That's what I will say. So there you go. Let's see. With the Hangman, you have the Judgment card here. Judgment card, waking up, enlightenment as well. Hangman, also these people are in coffins on the Hangman. And the coffin represents their old life. Outside the coffin represents their new life. So I feel it's time for you to step into your new life, or to step into something new with this energy for sure. With the Strength card, you have the Four Swords. Time of recovery, you are definitely healing. The Strength card is like something you have to work on every single day. So I feel like you've been healing yourself. You've been kind of, going through a healing or going through the healing process. With the Knight of Swords, you have the Death card, definitely a transformation. coming in for you. I feel like you need to see that there's something so much better coming in for you. You could be grieving the loss of a person here. Again, he's grieving the loss of wine, but he's grieving the loss of something that he's lost his taste for. He doesn't even enjoy it any longer. I always say when he turns around and sees these 2 cups, he gets this bridge in the castle right here. So he gets more than just 2 cups. And it's funny that you go to the 9 of Wands, which is basically saying, don't give up. So I feel for some of you, this could be saying like you were hurt in love, and so now don't give up on love. You were hurt in business, maybe for some of you. I don't know. I have something in business. Like sometimes I think things happen in business where maybe your boss yells at you or whatever, and then you're afraid to, speak up again in a meeting or something like that. And I feel that happened maybe to some of you. Or maybe you failed in business and you're afraid to look stupid, in front of your family again. Who cares, right? I always tell people, it's like, who cares? Especially if you're thinking about starting a business. It's like chances are most of your family members have never started a business, right? So it's like if you do it. You had the balls to do it in the first place. So that automatically makes you more ballsy, right? Next, in the area of the unexpected, you have this commitment card. You have the Stormfields card. I kind of feel like there could be a person who's helping you navigate. You have this Stormfields card is like a card of being in a storm. And, but I feel like there could be like guides or mentors or people in your life who are guiding you through this. I also feel there is a commitment coming in for you. If you want love, definitely looks like there's a solid connection coming in for you. You have the 3 of Wands, the 5 of Cups, and the 6 of Wands. Again, what are you waiting for? 3 of Wands. He's, standing at the top of this hill here. He's overlooking these ships, and the story of him is that he's looking at that water, but it's golden in color. So he feels like he's looking at the desert, but really when he looks closer, he sees those ships, and the ships represent, an opportunity for him to go on an adventure, but he has to leave where he is. He has to go get on those boats, right? So it can represent an opportunity, and this is the time we're in. Usually I say the time that we're in is like the Knight of Cups, which he's standing in the desert, but he has water flowing in front of him. So everything we're doing right now, it looks like that we don't have the resources necessary, but we actually do. Same thing with that card. It's like, again, he thinks he's looking at the desert as if there's nothing there, but really there are the opportunities that exist. So, pay attention to the opportunity, but also just get started. You have the 5 of Cups here. Again, I have all those words: shame, guilt, regrets, everything popping into my life. I feel like you need to let that stuff go and make sure that you don't, that you don't feel guilty about anything. I think that probably guilt is maybe the most destructive emotion, honestly. I think that, if we don't correct it, right, we will all feel guilty from time to time about something. But, if we just sit in that feeling of guilt, I think it's probably one of the feelings that creates the most disease in people, right? So, I would work on, overcoming guilt or, forgiving yourself or whatever you need to do. If someone needs to hear that, I don't think that's true for all of you, but I'm just saying, it could be about anything. For others, I feel like you're about to have a turnaround. For most of you, it's like, for some of you, I feel like your life is about to change significantly. You go from that 5 of Cups to the 6 of Wands, which is a victory, success, being lifted up on a high horse. So I really feel things are about to turn around for you, Cancer. Things are about to improve in a big way. And I really feel that people are about to be celebrating you as well. So don't give up. And again, if you need to try again at something, like I said, if you have a business failure, something like that, I would do it. With the 3 of Wands, you have the Page of Cups. Definitely could be love coming in for you here, right here. Could be a secret admirer, or you're the secret admirer, whatever. Take it how it resonates. With the 5 of Cups, you have the 9 of Pentacles. Yeah, 9 of Pentacles, card of independence, card of gratitude and luxuries. Funny enough, the solution to the 5 of Cups is gratitude, being grateful for what you have. So it does look like you're turning this situation around. With the 6 of Wands, you have the King of Pentacles. Definitely could be an earth sign coming in for you here. Knight of Pentacles up here, down to that King of Pentacles. So could be an earth sign. I like the King of Pentacles for love because it's usually a person who's serious, someone who wants something, long-term, someone who really wants to invest, and someone who's very stable as well. So definitely could be a very solid connection coming in for you. For others, this is really good for business. Again, and the Page of Cups, by the way, he is dreaming of something. So, he has that cup normally, and there's a fish in that cup. And I always say, you got to grab onto that fish. It could be part of your dream, a daydream, something that you want to create in the world. And I feel like that 3 of Wands, get started, stop waiting. That, like I said, that's my card of what are you waiting for? Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this card that says, if the taste is sweet and good, and then you have this card that says, as the weaver's way is true. So I feel like you're being guided here, and there's another horse here, by the way, on this card, 2 horses, but horses represent assistance. In the tarot, they represent assistance or being assisted, and you have that 6 wands where the guy is on the horse. So it's like people want to help you, or I kind of feel like the universe could be helping you as well. I also feel like with this sweet card, I feel like there is something that is exactly what it says it is. I don't know. Those are the words that are popping into my head, Cancer. I don't know how to explain it. It's just that simple. It's like literally, sometimes I think, it's one of those things where, I think someone can tell you that they're a good person all day long, but they could actually be a crappy person, right? So this could be in love. But I feel like something is exactly as it appears. And, I'm not suggesting you taste people, but I think you'll taste it with this person, just as that card says, right? You'll sense it. You'll know it. So trust your senses. This could also be an opportunity as well that's very fulfilling. You have the Ace of Cups, 9 of Wands, and the Devil. So again, no matter what shows up here, it's going to be good no matter what. The Ace of Cups is your emotions overflowing. So definitely could be a love offer, but could also be just happiness coming in for you. Could be an opportunity that is very fulfilling for you. So again, trust your senses is kind of what I'm getting there. Next, you have the 9 of Wands. So definitely don't give up. But again, it is showing up in the good stuff. And so this is kind of, maybe you feel like this is your last shot, as, maybe you're only going to give love one more try is kind of what I'm getting here. So if it's love, go for it. If it's business, go for it. Same thing. It doesn't matter what it is in your life that you're going for, but I would just go for it. You also have 2 9s here. 2 9s to me is a definite new beginning. So I feel like there could be something new coming in for you here. You do have the Devil, but again, it's coming up in the good stuff. So I feel like you are setting yourself free from toxic energy, toxic vibes, all that other stuff. But let's see here. With the Ace of Cups, you have the Fool, new beginning coming in for you. It's funny. How funny is it that I was talking about the Fool at the beginning of the reading with the Tower? It's like part of the Fool's journey. And so I definitely would say that it's safe for you to take a leap of faith in, whatever it is you want. For a lot of you, this definitely could be a leap of faith towards a person in love. I feel like you're waking up to this connection as well. So, this could be someone who's already in your energy field, someone that you already know, but maybe you just haven't been, awakened to it because you have the Judgment card right here. So, there you go. I don't know what I was going to say something else, but I lost it. With the 9 of Wands, you have the 3 of Wands. Again, yes, definitely. See, this right here is something you need to not be guarded against here, that 3 of Wands. Again, the 3 of Wands is something that you're overthinking maybe, or you're either overthinking it or you're waiting for the perfect moment when there never will be a perfect moment. So I would just say, the time is now. With the Devil, you have the Page of Swords. You could have a past person who's spying on you. It's showing up in the good stuff, so I would say you're probably just letting it go, or you're not even really engaging in it or thinking about it or anything like that. I would also encourage you, this could also say that you're doing a lot of work on yourself. Again, it's coming up in the area of the good stuff with the Page of Swords and the Devil. And the Page of Swords is kind of like a card of being like a detective. He really looks into things. He really dives deep. So you could be diving deep into yourself, figuring yourself out, fixing things, whatever. Which, again, that would be a good thing. You have this Companionship card wanting to pop out right there. Definitely could be a companion coming in for you if you're looking for love. We're pulling 5 main themes now. You have this, here you go. You have this Acquisition card. This is my fancy couple card. So if you're attracting love in your life, could be a Taurus. You have Taurus about 100 times here in this reading. So, there you go. Well, maybe not 100, but twice. So, what I would say here is it definitely could be a Taurus. It doesn't have to be. It could be any sign. But again, this is my fancy couple card. So you could be acquiring a new person. Next, you have this Resourcefulness card. Yes, you have the resources. You might be doing things and thinking you don't have the resources. We talked about the desert with the 3 of Wands, definitely showing up here. So yes, you're probably not going to have exactly what you need to get started on whatever it is you're getting started on. That is a story for everyone. Everyone has to deal with this right now. And for the next 20 years, you want to start a business, you're probably not going to have what you need. You want to start a relationship, there's probably going to be some sort of obstacle. But again, if you overcome that, you will get the reward, plain and simple. Next, you have this Birth card. Definitely the birth of something new. You have the 2 9s here, and like I said, 2 9s to me represent a new beginning or starting something new. So this could be a baby, but I don't really feel it has to be a baby. Like I said, I feel this could be the birth of a new idea, something that you've been thinking about, taking a leap of faith on, and I feel it's going to be successful. You have this Coral card here. A lot of Cancer cards, by the way. You have the Sun in Cancer, Venus in Cancer. This card here is Mars in Cancer. So a lot of Cancer energy going on here. I would avoid fighting with anyone. It could be a past person who's trying to get you all, fired up. Next, you have this Lust card. This could be why you're hesitating on love. Again, maybe there's a very strong sexual connection coming in for you, or maybe you feel a very strong sexual vibe towards a person and you're not sure. Maybe that's gotten you in trouble in the past is what I'm trying to spit out here, Cancer. So, it's one of those things where it's like everybody wants that in a connection, but you want to make sure that there's more to the story. So I feel like maybe that's what's holding you back in love, is that you're wanting to know that it's going to be more than that, right? That's kind of what, I don't know, those are the words I'm getting there. And finally, you have this Idealism card. This is what's gotten you in trouble in the past, is idealism. I feel that maybe, and you understand this, I don't even feel like I'm calling you out. I feel like you know that the thing that has gotten you in trouble is idealizing situations, like thinking that they're actually better than they actually are, thinking that things are going to go a better way or whatever. And so I feel you've learned to kind of make sure that you're seeing reality, but again, you don't want to overcorrect, right? It's like sometimes I think we can be so idealistic that we don't allow any magic into situations that we enter into, because then we think everything is just out to get us. So I would be careful of that as well. And I would, come back to center. But this looks pretty good here, Cancer. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.